approaching this game against the Avalanche?
Yeah, it's a big game for us. I think you want, obviously, when you lose a couple or a few in a row, and you want to stop it as quickly as possible. So this is a really good team that we're playing with a lot of very talented players, and it's going to take a good start and kind of just building off that.
How much have you looked at through video Colorado's top line, because they seem to be doing a lot of damage this year?
Yeah, I think we'll probably see a little more before the game, but I don't think you need to see pregame video to know what those guys are capable of. I think that they're talk around the league, especially early on in the season, and continue to be one of the top lines in the league. So it's going to be important to be aware when they're on the ice and know what they're capable of.
5 goals in the last 3 games for this dressing room, but that's not necessarily meaning that the team's not getting chances. What are you guys going to do tonight to make sure that the puck goes in the net and you beat some of the goalies that kind of have been handcuffing you guys?
Yeah, I think we've had our chances. It's bearing down. At the same time, everyone talks about bearing down, but being comfortable with the puck and just making the best play that's available. So yeah, it's gonna be important to when we have those opportunities, make the most of them, and sometimes that's just taking a deep breath and finding the right hole.
Darnell, speaking to some of the players over the last couple of days, obviously no team wants to be in a 3-game losing streak, but it seems like the morale is still kind of high. There's still a sense of belief in the locker room. Is that the case right now heading into tonight?
Yeah, so you have to maintain that belief in the group and belief in each other. I think these things are going to happen over the course of the season. I don't know if you have, but I haven't seen a team go 82-0 yet. So there's going to be points in the season where you have to overcome a little bit of adversity, and that's kind of where we're at right now. And yeah, we have that belief. We'll definitely overcome it. But like I said, when you're on a skid like this, you want to stop it quickly as possible.
Excellent. Thanks, Darnell. Up against a team that may be on a little bit of a losing skid, but safe to say that you can expect their best, especially with the top line going at the rate they have been.
For sure. I think obviously they're a very high-powered team, and those top 3 are a threat every time they're on the ice. So who's ever on the ice with them obviously has to do a job and realize their matchup, and it's going to be a fun one tonight, and we're looking forward to it.
How challenging is it to balance the focus, not just on that top line, but you also have to worry about lines 2 and 3 because they can do some damage as well?
For sure. Like I said, they're a very, very high-powered team, and they can score up and down that lineup. So got some good defensemen, good offensive defensemen on their back end. So it's going to be a fun game. I think we're looking forward to it, coming off a road trip that maybe we wanted a game or two back, and now we got a homestand that we get back on track and it starts tonight.
How do you approach that matchup against their top line? Because I'm assuming that you guys probably will see the most of them tonight.
I think just realizing the safe areas, and if you have to get it in deep, or if you can make a play, because if you turn it over in the neutral zone or anywhere else, that line can do some damage, and they're built a lot like our team. I think you turn over against our team and we'll do damage too, so it's going to be a lot of fun, but whoever manages the puck the best tonight is probably going to have the better outcome.
As for yourself, Reddy, you've been kind of stoned a few times in the past few games. Do you feel like you're there at the net, but just a couple goalies had your hand lately? Yeah,
I think my mindset is it's a good thing if you're getting the chances. If you're not getting the chances, obviously you're not in the right spot, you're not doing the right thing, but our line's getting the chances. It's a matter of bearing down and finishing those chances now. And obviously we ran into 2 hot goalies there at the end, but we got to bear down our chances, and maybe those are different games.
Thanks, Ryan. Good luck tonight.
know you didn't play in the Tampa game, but you watched the other goalie make some great saves, and then in Florida, obviously Roberto was making some great saves, and then you did as well. When you see the guy at the other end make that tremendous save, does that up your energy a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, when he makes big saves like that to start the game, you have to match him because, at that point it's probably going to be a low-scoring game if he's on his game. So I have to make sure that I give our team the best chance to win when the other guy at the other end's on his game as well.
Cam, you've played some pretty high-powered lines over the last week or so. Tonight is no different. You're playing against one of the highest-scoring trios in the National Hockey League. What kind of dynamics do they have and challenges do they bring to the game tonight?
They bring a lot of different challenges. They're a crafty line, but they're also a hard-nosed line. They can get in on the forecheck and come out with the puck, or they can just make plays off the rush. So they do a lot of things very well, and it's going to be a tough task against a line like that is firing on all cylinders.
You guys want to be obviously a good team. You want to be a team that stops slides because good teams do that. Mm-hmm. Have you seen kind of those characteristics in this group, and is tonight kind of one of those measuring sticks to if you are?
Yeah, I think that we did it to start the season. We didn't have the start that we wanted. We came back with a really good stretch. So I think that we've already seen it in this group early on in the season. And like you said, good teams stop these slides quickly and don't let them linger. And that's what we're going to try to do tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cam.
training camp to this point, and when you haven't won all your games, you're never completely happy. But that doesn't exist anywhere in any sport, really. But the whole to this point hasn't been, or has been, pardon me, a strong point. I believe we've been able to overcome adversity a couple times, been able to play through a tough schedule, a lot of road time, a lot of miles traveled, and come out with a winning record. And we'll take that. Now you can narrow it down to the past 3 games, and you say, geez, you haven't won in 3, and that's correct, and we're not happy about that. I thought the Florida game in particular was one where we would bounce back, we'd get a little bit of rest and battle a little bit harder, compete a little bit harder over the puck and territorially, and we didn't do it. So tonight's an important night for our group to reestablish some traction as a group, and we're looking forward to that.
Todd, you signed a couple of players yesterday. Can you maybe just discuss each individually and what maybe hurdle they need to overcome to be able to be full-time NHLers, and what you expect from their stint in the American League?
Well, they're 20 years old. One has played a little bit longer in the National League than the other. Both of them earned an opportunity based on their training camp to start with this club. And as we all know, the league gets a little tougher as games 5 through 10 to 15 evolve. And we saw that they were not near as effective as they were throughout exhibition season. In turn, we want them to both go down there and touch the puck a little bit more, be put in situations where they can offensively feel good about their game, but also defensively. And there's a lot more to the game than just point producing as an individual. You have to have an effect on the game themselves. So each is experienced at a different level. Jesse's obviously played more National Hockey League games, Yamo fewer, but that's what we're hoping that they can go down and do.
Never expect a player to be happy when he gets sent down. Did you speak to either of them, and what did you get from them?
Well, they didn't. They're disappointed because they're National Hockey League players and they want to be here, and that is what you expect from players. They came to camp and they felt and they did earn the opportunity to play here. But as it goes on, they're now disappointed that they have to go down and put time in the American League. But that happens to a lot of players. As I said, the game changes. We all try and put young guys into the lineup and hope that they can continue to do it. Some succeed, some don't. It doesn't diminish their value in our eyes at all. We think that they're going to be very good NHL players. Just need a little bit more time down there.
Your first 5 games of October and first 5 games of November, just a slight difference in the record. But do you think, despite being 2-3 in the first 5 instead of 3-2 in October, you're playing better hockey than you were Sweden and coming back?
I felt that when we came back from Sweden, our curve was going upwards. Starting in Boston, we played a better game. We went to where the Rangers after that and played a pretty solid game after that. Winnipeg, we find a way to come back, and really the first period or period and a half, we were definitely the second best team there. But I felt like our curve was going up. Right now, I feel like we're a little flatter, and we've got to find ways to accelerate some individuals and some lines, some pairs, to get that curve going upward again. Part of it's rest, part of it's coming home and getting into our own bed and resting. But I think we beat that up, or at least I've read that we beat that up by now, and we can put that behind us because we're not a tired team tonight. We're a refreshed team. We should be ready to play, but we've got to get back to our winning ways, and that'd certainly be the goal tonight.
Todd, over the last week or so, you've played against some very productive lines in the league. Tonight, you're playing against a trio that has the most points as a threesome in the NHL. What kind of challenges do they have for your club? Despite being 0-4-1, they're still kind of clicking.
Well, that McKinnon line is as good a line as there is in the league right now. They're full of confidence. They're veteran players. They complement each other well. They're playing at a very high level. But it just goes to show you got to win or lose as a team, and sometimes we're in that situation with Connor and Leon doing a lot of the work, but you win or lose as a team, and our task tonight will be tough. It'll be a shared task amongst a number of different players, but when you're on the ice against them, you've got to end up on the positive side of the ledger, and they can quickly turn a game around. They may not be in it, but they can quickly turn it around, and awareness, knowing where you are in the game, where you are in the shift against that line is real important.
Todd, I'm not sure if you have a military background in your family, but I just wanted a thought on the important day.
Yeah, and I meant to start with that, but it's an important day for all of us, and our organization, the players, management, staff, everybody recognizes the sacrifice that our military here in Canada and around the world. It allows us an opportunity to live the way we do in a great city like Edmonton with the freedoms that we have, and we're very appreciative of that. We realize that we play a game for a living. We're still under scrutiny. We're in front of you every day, but that's a lot different than being under scrutiny in the middle of a battle. And we play it, they work it, and we're appreciative of it.